Okay, someone had some questions about my super cool scooter here. One, did I make it? Yes, I totally made it. Two, can I show them how I made it? Presumably, so they could make one themselves, I'm guessing. And the third one is, could I take it like out on the sidewalk or the road, like pavement, and would it be fine? And yes, I think it would be totally fine. It's got shopping cart wheels. And those things take a beating. So let's start with the shopping cart wheels. You can get those online really easily. I bought a whole bunch from some surplus place a while ago. And they come with bearings in them. You know, skate bearings that you'd have on a skateboard or roller skates or whatever. So you just have to have some kind of bolt or rod that will fit through it that you can, then use to mount stuff. Okay, anyway, so when I built it, first thing I did was take two wheels and mount them on this piece of 1" by 1" aluminum square tube. And you can see the wall thickness is like 2 millimeters, I think. It's fairly heavy duty stuff. And to put those on there, I didn't have bolts that would go through the entire thing. So the bolts start here and they go through to here, which means I had to drill a hole here to get the bolt through, and then the nut I could just put in through the side here, right? But if you have a bolt that goes all the way through, even easier. So first I just made that part there. And then I cut out two rubber pieces. These are pieces of rubber. I think they were originally from a horse stall mat. But I just have like this chunk of rubber. And I put a bolt up through here, through the rubber, up into here. And the reason I put it through a piece of rubber is to give it, partly to give it a bit of shock absorption, but also so the wheels can flex a little. So when it's on the ground, if the ground isn't perfectly flat, they can kind of bend a little bit and accommodate. The rubber will let them flex and they'll both stay on the ground. Okay. And that went up right into another piece of this aluminum square tube, the 1" by 1" stuff. And someone's gonna ask me the lengths on all this stuff. I didn't measure anything, I just made all the pieces to fit whatever they need to fit. So I made sure this was long enough to fit two wheels, a little bit of space between. This, I don't know, it's like 2 feet long-ish. And I just made it whatever I felt like would be good. And then the last thing at the back here is just this piece of aluminum diamond plate up here. And I couldn't put it flat on because it touched the wheels. So I cut a couple other chunks of that rubber out, stuffed them in there before I riveted it down, just to raise this up a bit above the wheels so it doesn't hit the wheels. So yeah, there's like 2 rubber strips under here holding it up, and then it just goes down to flush with the thing. So that's the whole back. That's pretty easy to make, right? Now the trickiest part is this part up here, right? Where you got this thing and it's got to pivot and not wear out and stuff. Although it's pretty simple the way I made it. This is just a piece of stainless steel. It was actually the same kind of tubing as this, but I cut it, opened it up, and just made it into like a U-channel. Riveted in here. Yeah, and it wraps right around the bottom so that when there's weight on here, it'll be nice and strong. So it's riveted there, riveted through here into it. And then this is riveted into a piece of, a similar piece of stainless steel tubing. And you have to be careful putting the rivets into this. You have to make sure they don't go in too far, because they can go into this PVC pipe, which I'm going to show you in a second, but you don't want them to go into the tube that goes through, right? So I actually cut these rivets to just the right length to barely go through this tube. So when I put them in, they just stick through here and don't go past the PVC pipe. Okay, so what did I do for the cool fancy bearing? Like this doesn't even stay up, right? But it doesn't matter, because when you're on the ground, it pushes it up and stays. So this is just a piece of stainless steel pipe through a PVC tube. And, I made it kind of long so it would spread out the pressure. And I wasn't sure how it was going to last, but I've had this thing for a while and it gets a lot of use and it seems to be totally fine. Like, you don't have to have a ball bearing there. So anyway, when I put these rivets in, I'd already put this this PVC tube in there, so when I drilled the hole through, it also drilled the hole into the PVC tubing so I could put the rivets in. And then, again, I just have to make sure the rivets are short enough that they don't go past the edge of the PVC tubing. And this is schedule 40, like 1 1/4 inch, I think. This is a 1 inch tube. And this is like a 1 1/4, I think. And I think this was actually a 1 1/2. Yeah, that was all pretty simple to make. And down here, I just have a 1 inch stainless steel collar. It's got a little, like, what do you call this? Set screw to lock it in place. Although it doesn't even really need to be locked in place because it can't go down any further because the stuff down here, which is bent out. But this presses up against the PVC, and over time it will wear the PVC, but I mean, it does not seem to be wearing much. I left about almost a 1/4 inch of PVC under the bottom of this steel part so it could wear over time. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be wearing very fast at all. And then down here, so this is just part of the 1 inch tubing that I cut on the top and on the bottom and just wrestled it open and hammered it flat, so and ended up like that. I wasn't sure if it was going to be long enough, or not long enough, strong enough. It's not folded over or anything, it's just the thickness of the wall tubing. And the tubing is maybe a millimeter thick, and it seems to be totally strong enough. I drive around on it, my kids drive around on it, it gets beat up a lot, hasn't had any problems. And then yeah, just a bolt through here to hold it in place. And then the last part, I did not make these handlebars. I got them from a junkyard a few years ago. I don't know what they were from. You would guess a bike, except that the post was like 5 feet long, like 1.5 meters. So I have no idea what it came from. But if I didn't have this, I would have just taken this tubing here, angle grind, cut it, split it open, and kind of flatten it out, sort of like down here, but like only up to this point. So once it was split out, then I would put just a straight piece of tubing similar to this through and rivet it in place and just get a straight handlebar, which would be totally fine. This handlebar is actually kind of wide, but whatever. Anyway, that's everything I did to put this together, right? Yeah, it was pretty simple, and even without this is the only part that I was concerned might wear out fast, but it seems to be totally fine. Like, people have been driving this thing around and abusing it for months, and it hasn't had any problems. Oh, and if you make one, totally send me a picture. I want to see, man.